Hi, welcome to 2020 Tasty Treats with GourmetQuilter. I'm Susan Clare, GourmetQuilter, and we're having a lot of fun this year with all sorts of different series, and currently we're working from the Leftovers Pantry. How delicious is that? So we've set our pantry up, we've got a whole set of drawers, boxes, bins, bags, something, and we've labelled everything so that we can cut any leftovers that we've got from previous projects into strips, and we've got them in here according to their label on the container that they're in. And we cut some squares as well, and in the last session we made some very delicious 4 patches from our squares that we cut, and nothing could be much more delicious than that except possibly 9 patches, because there's more. Instead of 4, there's 9. So this time I'm suggesting again from the squares, or cutting some more squares if we need to from our strips from the pantry, and just making up some 9 patches. So up here on the wall I've got a whole lot of 9 patches, all different sizes, so made from all the different size squares, so that we can have a little play. And you can see they get quite large, so my largest size patch makes up quite a large 9 patch, and how much fun is that? That's pretty quick. So I've gone ahead and I've made the 9 patches. So sometimes we've got a whole lot of similar colours, so you might want to make something that's a little bit more colour coordinated. They don't have to necessarily be all the same fabric, they can just be in similar colours, because we might be working in similar colours. We might want to do something much more multicoloured. We might have some darker, different sort of tones. We might put those together fairly randomly. Really, it's just a whole lot of using leftovers, and leftovers, as we know, can be sometimes more delicious than some of the planned things that we do. So I just wanted to make some suggestions there. So on GourmetQuilter there's this information in the pattern. I've suggested again keeping a sample to go in the folder, so I've gone ahead and done my 9 patch to go into my folder. So we had a 4 patch in the folder last time, now I've got a 9 patch to go in there. These are all units, so this is unit number 2, because we're hoping that we're going to do some fun stuff with some of these units a little bit further down the track. So I don't really think I need to show you how to make a 9 patch. It's simply 3 squares joined together in a row and times 3, and then you join the 3 rows together. And I press the seams one way and then the other way and then back that way again, so that they can nestle where they meet, and that gives us nice points. We can mix up the colours. You can go for colour tonings. If you have a lot of leftovers of a similar colouring, well, then you might have something that's quite sort of mergy and blendy, and I think all of that's great. Like this one here is all fairly sort of soft, nondescript colours, but yet I think that's come up great when you put them all together. And there might be colours that you might not think you would put together normally, but all of a sudden they just work. So who knew, hey? So I think that if we can get some 9 patches made, again to have in our pantry so that we've got some things on hand, keep a sample to remind us later, because sometimes we forget what we might do with things, and if we've made a sample, quite often that's enough to make us remember things. Sometimes that little practical something is good. So as you can see, there's just this whole variety of things. I've got more colours up here of the same thing, and what more could you want than a whole swag of 9 patches made from something that really was just left over? We might not have had any plans at all for those leftovers, and all of a sudden they're becoming very, very handy. So I'd suggest that you go ahead, if you're doing some things with the pantry, make yourself a whole lot of different 9 patches in different sizes, different colours, so that we can play with things a little bit later. So I just think it's a great way to use up our leftovers, to have these strips that we can cut into other shapes, that we can make into other things, that we will be making into even more things. So that was it for this time. That was unit number 2, which is a 9 patch in lots of different sizes, and I will see you again with Leftovers Pantry Part 7.